Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tarot with Toby here on the Toby Network. If you are new to the Toby Network or Tarot with Toby, basically what I do here is tarot, no brainer, shocker. I do tarot pick a cards here on Tarot with Toby, and on the Toby Network, I just do a hodgepodge of different things, ranging from talks to even skits and, as you can see, tarot. So if you are new here, please make sure you like, subscribe, and hit those post bell notifications down below so that you can see future videos like this one, as well as all the other things I have to offer here on the Toby Network. I would love for you guys to explore and see what else on this page resonates with you all, because I just do a lot of different things. And, also, make sure to follow me on my Instagram and my TikTok. All of those will be posted in my description box below. So, keep up with me in life, y'all. I'd like to see what's going on with y'all. Y'all can see what's going on with me. And yeah. So, let's get into what we are basically doing today. So, if you read the description or you just read the title, you can see that today we are talking to y'all's ancestors, all right? Today, I'm talking to y'all's ancestors. This is the first of, quite a bit of different ancestor readings that I will be doing on the channel throughout time. So today's messages is just, messages from your ancestors. What do they want you to know? What have you not been paying attention to? Or, what do they need you to start paying attention to? That's basically what we're going to look at today. If you don't know what ancestors are, your ancestors are those of your family that were before you, okay? So those are your family who's passed on, whether it was your grandparents, great-grandparents, great-great-great-grandparents, and so on. Those are your ancestors. And when it comes to spirituality, your ancestors of love and light, okay, are the ones who walk with you in this path. They guide you, they help you, and sometimes it can also be ancestors from other realms, other worlds, as well as from other lifetimes that guide you in this particular lifetime. And usually the ancestors you have now, you've had before, if you believe in reincarnation. But, enough about that. Basically, I just want to get into the disclaimers. So, everybody, I just want y'all to know that tarot does not dictate your life, okay? I want y'all to utilize your own intuition and discernment, okay? And know that what resonates for you, what does not. If you hear something and it doesn't sound right, and you've sat with it, you've done your discernment, then it's probably not for you, okay? I already went through each of these piles, and there's a lot of different messages in these piles, and not every message is going to be for you. So please do not take tarot as the end all be all, okay? It is just talking about the current energies that are around you or that are upcoming, and you can always flip that energy. You can always utilize it to your liking. So please note that about tarot. Another disclaimer, okay, is that for me, my readings, I read differently. All right, I have a plethora of gifts that I've been blessed with from my ancestors and from God, and I utilize them all. I try to utilize them all when during my tarot readings. So not every card, especially if it's like a tarot card, the Rider-Waite tarot system, am I going to read exactly how it's supposed to be read traditionally or in the guidebook. I really base off of my own intuition and what my body's telling me and what my psychic senses are telling me, and for this one, what the ancestors are telling me, because I'm thinking into the ancestors. I'm using some of my other abilities like mediumship, so we are going to really see what's going on. And because I read differently, I channel the energies. So you'll see within this reading, but also in some of my other readings that I give, sometimes I may have a bit more of attitude, or I might talk a bit more fast. And that's really because I'm taking on the energy of someone, in this case, the ancestor, that has maybe a bit more of an attitude, or that's a bit more like has a lot of stuff that they want to get out, that they want to say. So just be mindful about that. Again, don't shoot the messenger. Just take the message and see if it resonates for you. Even if you don't like it, just sip on the message, baby, because it's all happening for a reason and for your highest good. Okay? And yeah, these messages are packed, I definitely felt like I was rambling, but they're gonna be great, okay? They're gonna be great. So I just want y'all to just think into these messages, think into the readings. Really, when I give y'all the time to meditate on the different cards and piles to see which ones you want, really meditate and take that time to do your deep mindful breaths and to ask your ancestors, what are the messages for you. It could be one pile, it could be more than one pile. All right, because if you're not synced into this reading, then it's not going to resonate. You're not going to choose the one that is right for you. So really ground yourself in your intuition. Okay, now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's get into the different piles that they are. So we have pile 1 here with the tiger. It's got a nice pretty tiger's eye. That is for pile 1. We have pile 2 over here with the clear quartz crystal. Okay, as you can see, we have nice tumbled clear quartz, and this goes for pile 2. And we have pile 3 with the black obsidian. As you can see right here, we got this nice dark black obsidian, nice and melanated, just like we love it to be. And then for pile 4, we have a lapis lazuli. So here we have the lapis lazuli for pile 4. And then here, last but not least, pile 5, we have the angelite crystal. So here, as you can see, we have an angelite. We love it, so beautiful. All right, so once again, we have pile 1, tiger's eye. Pile 2, clear quartz. Pile 3, obsidian. Pile 4, lapis lazuli. And pile 5, angelite. All right, I'm gonna give y'all a little bit to, meditate and see which one is for you. And I will see you guys at your piles. All right. Oh, before I forget, timestamps are listed in the description box and posted in the comments down below. So, yeah. All right. See y'all at your pile. What's good, pile 1, and welcome to your reading. So what I have right here is some cards, little mini pile that I already pre-shuffled. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this deck right here. This is my Ancestor Spirit Oracle cards. And I'm going to pull these on screen, off screen. I don't think you'll be able to see me shuffle them, but I'm going to pull them on screen. And these are just going to be more direct, specific messages from your ancestors. So let's get into it. Let's see what y'all's ancestors of love and light have to say to y'all right now in this current moment. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with your tarot cards, and then we're going to get into your oracle cards. So we have the 5 of coins in reverse. The 8 of wands upright. The Ace of chalices in reverse. And the 2 of chalices in reverse. Okay, so let me see exactly what it is that I'm getting. First and foremost, before I just dig deeper, I do want to say that I'm getting different messages for different people. So please take what resonates. If the message doesn't seem for you, then it's most likely not. But if it does seem for you, then definitely take it. It may be a combination, but I'm getting different messages for different people. So the first message that I'm getting is for some of y'all have been through some financial hardships. There's been some sort of financial lack. It could be because of the pandemic. It could be because of something else, depending on the time that you are watching this. I am filming it in 2021, September 2021, so we are still very much dealing from the effects of COVID-19. But regardless of what it is, there was some sort of financial issue. Something that's coming through is for some of y'all, it was a tax issue. Either taxes weren't filed properly, or maybe even tax evasion. I don't know. Or the IRS just did something. Like something went wrong with the IRS, and it may not even be your fault. I'm feeling that it could even be a mother figure's fault, because I'll show you, if you look at it upper right in this deck, there's a woman, a queen, and then there's a kid there. So it may even be your parental figure or mother figure for y'all did the wrong thing, and y'all messed up, or she's going through the tax evasion problems, like the tax issues or whatever the financial issues are, and y'all tried helping her, but something's not going right. And okay. So for those of y'all, if it's like a family figure, a mother, an aunt, grandmother, etc., that's going through financial hardships, y'all tried helping her with this two of chalices. Now remember, it's in reverse, okay? And upright, the two of chalices usually talks about of some sort of partnership, whether it's romantic, business, etc. But when it's in reverse, it's being closed to it. So for some of y'all, it's like y'all tried helping them and y'all thought, oh yeah, I'll spot you, I'll help you out. But it turned out to be something way bigger than you even thought. It turned out to be an issue that kept spiraling and spiraling and spiraling. And now you're just like, what the actual hell? You're kind of upset, but you're also like, wow, I bit off more than I could chew trying to help you out. Right? And then for others, just going back off this topic of financial issues and helping someone out. For others, there was somebody going through some sort of financial issue, and I'm really feeling like it was a family member or someone that you know closely, and you didn't want to help them. You didn't want to help them with this Ace of Chalices in reverse, remember. You didn't want to help them because they did you dirty somehow. Like, somehow, I'm just getting that they did you dirty somehow, and you did not want to help them. You refused to aid them. And on the flip side, for those of y'all who did help them, some of y'all did help somebody out, and they did you dirty, or they weren't upfront about the core issues of what this financial issue was. And it's like, wow, you weren't upfront. If I had known that it was going to take all this, then maybe I would have approached it another way, or I might not have helped you, you know. And with this with this Seven of Wands, I don't know why I called it the Eight of Wands. It's the Seven of Wands, okay, and it's upright. And the Seven of Wands upright usually talks about like you fighting for your right, fighting to defend yourself. So yeah, like this is an issue. This is a big issue. For some of y'all, I'm feeling very few of y'all, all this financial issue is yours. It's not somebody else's. It happened either because, so for those of y'all who this financial issue is your own, right? Let me slow down because I know I'm saying a lot. I'm sorry. They're just coming out my mouth. It's like I'm not even controlling my mouth. For those of you who this financial issue is your own, this came through some sort of failed business partnership or some sort of scam. And I'm feeling that it may have came through someone you are either romantically or were romantically / sexually involved with, or someone that you have an intimate bond with, so a family member or a close friend. And now it's like, oh my gosh, you have to fight for your right because they're trying to do some crooked nonsense in your name. And it's like, wow, now I have to defend myself. Some of y'all might even be going to court or be thinking about going to court, regardless if this financial issue is your own or you decide to help somebody. That's what I'm getting. And for those of y'all who decided to help somebody, right, regardless of who this person was, although I am feeling a feminine figure, I am feeling a maternal type figure, now it's like you feel like you're having to take on more than an extra burden, but you're also feeling like, okay, you have to fight for this person, but also fight for yourself, because it's like, wow, you really roped me into this thing. And now if I get out, other people in the family or whoever y'all associated with are going to look at me like I'm crazy. So I have to defend myself for what I'm thinking about doing next, but I'm also trying to help you out because it's like you roped us into it and now we're in it together. And for those of y'all who it's, you know, y'all refuse to help somebody, whoever it is, I feel like the Seven of Wands upright is here because now you're feeling like you have to defend yourself because people are trying to say that you're a shitty person. And it's like, no, I'm not a shitty person. I didn't help this person because I knew what type of nonsense they were on. Or I just didn't feel the need to help this person. Or, you know, maybe you just didn't like the person and you didn't have to help them. You're not obliged to help them. But people are trying to, like, tear you down for that. Like, almost like bully you or gaslight you. So whatever it is, whatever the situation is, like, honestly, take it how it resonates. For some of y'all, I'm really feeling like it's a combination, that the story is more complex than I'm even saying it out. But I do want to move into the oracle cards before, like,
because I feel like I could spend even longer in this, like, and decode it, but I do want to move on to the oracle cards and the advice cards. But whatever this is, the root of it has to do with money. Money is the root of it. It's the root of it. But the reason why this Five of Coins is in reverse, okay, and that's for all involved, is because the ancestors are letting y'all know that this is only temporary. They're working on it. They're helping you. So when the Five of Coins is upright, it talks about poverty. When it's in reverse, it could talk about a spiritual poverty, or you're elevating from that poverty. So the reason y'all got it in reverse is because they're telling you that was the past, or maybe it's your present, but your future is you're gonna get out of this. So they're letting you know, regardless of what the situation is, it's gonna be resolved. Let's hope that's resolved cleanly. You know, some eggs might be broken, because this mirror is definitely broken. If you can see it, some things might be cracked. It might not be resolved as cleanly as you'd like, but it will be resolved. That's what I'm getting. So, woo! Okay, let's move on to your oracle cards, all right? And let's see what else they're talking about this situation. What else is the message, whether it's building onto this or if it's a separate message, because like I said, the vibe I'm feeling for these piles is that it's just a lot of different messages being packed out, because I feel like a lot of people need ancestral guidance and I'm not connected to their ancestors. So it's just like a whole bunch trying to come out at once, but let's just see. Apologies for the rambling, because I know I'm speaking fast and I'm rambling, but it's literally just channeled. I just feel like things are just being shoved through is what I'm feeling, is what I'm getting. I can barely even think. So, okay. So we have levitation. See that? Levitation. And we have vervain everlasting. All right, so we'll start with this levitation card. As you can see in the image, the girl she's zened out. She's meditating, she's levitating. So what the ancestors are letting y'all know now is that y'all gotta play it cool, meditate, breathe. And that's easier said than done, especially when it comes to like a financial issue, or even especially if the financial issue is a family issue. That's easier said than done, but they're really letting you know to elevate your perspective. And I know for some of y'all, what I'm getting, what is being communicated to me is that y'all are not going to like to hear this, because you're going to be like, well, what the actual hell? What is it supposed to do for me? How am I going to elevate my situation? How am I going to elevate what I'm seeing? But they're really saying to seek higher ground. If that means you need to retreat for a little bit, do that. If that means you need to meditate, they're urging you to meditate, do that. But find some time for yourself where you can just breathe and also believe, because the levitation card, it says higher ground, belief, mastery, meditation. Y'all need to believe. Y'all need to believe that spirit is working. Y'all need to believe that God is on your side, that y'all ancestors are on the other side working for y'all. Okay? With this Five of Coins in reverse, it may not be resolved exactly the way that you'd want it to be. It happens that way. We're praying that it's clean, but it may not be as clean as you want it to be, but it will be fixed. It will be fixed. All right, this mirror is cracked. It's not broken. It will be fixed. And then with this Vervain Everlasting card, it talks about releasing and being protected, and about how Vervain, the plant spirit of Vervain, is good for protection, releasing things, love workings, etc. But so what they're saying with this is that you are protected. Remember, you are protected. Okay? For some of y'all are Jhené Aiko fans, and they're saying to listen to Jhené Aiko's protection mantra. You may have just listened to it. Listen to it again. But you need to know that you are protected, and that you need to release the struggle. Again, easier said than done. Been there, done that. Still doing that for myself, but you need to breathe. You need to release, let go, and let God. The ancestors are truly working. It's truly working. Okay, so you just have to raise your own vibration, find that higher ground, meditate it out, right? And even through meditating, they might even give you the solution to do, because they're doing it in the spiritual sense, and you have to do it in you have to do your work in the physical. So when you meditate, they might even give you how to, the solution on how to solve, or they might point you next. They might not give you everything, but they might be like, hey, for some of y'all, just go to step A and then B, because some of y'all need to take baby steps, whatever it is, because it's stressful, is what I'm getting. It's a lot of stressful energy. But just release and know that you're protected. Like, you are protected throughout this. Even if it looks like all hell broke loose, you are protected. But you also have to believe. You also have to believe. You also have to pray. You also have to do whatever it is, whether it's coming to you through a dream, a meditation, a download, claircognizant download, which is basically an aha moment. Just do it, but know that you're protected. Okay, so now we're gonna pull the advice cards. We're gonna pull this deck. I'm gonna shuffle, and we're gonna see what else y'all's ancestors are saying. I'm feeling a little heavy because I know it's a heavy situation and y'all are really stressed about this. But we're just gonna see if we can get a couple cards to see what they say. Okay, what do the ancestors of all those tuning into pile 1, what advice do you have to say? What more details do y'all want to give? Let us know. Let us know. What are the ancestors for pile 1? What do y'all have to say? Okay. All right, so we have 2 cards that just dropped out. All right. So the first one, connect with past loved ones. As you can see, it has Dia de los Muertos depicted on the card. And then we have this card. I'm going to say embrace your inner Roma, because, we don't say the G word. It's a derogatory term. Don't know why they would put it on the card, but, much love to all the Roma people out there. So, with this connect with past loved ones card, it basically talks about connecting with past loved ones. What they're saying is, again, this meditation card, like, y'all have to really set the intention to connect with your ancestors. Y'all have to connect with them through prayer, through meditation. This is why they gave you the levitation card, because y'all need to meditate and connect with them. Ask them for the advice. Ask them for the help, and they're gonna give it to you. They're gonna give it to you, but you have to open that channel of communication. For some of y'all, they're telling me that y'all are a little scared to connect with your ancestors because of what you've been taught, or because you're afraid that your ancestors might not vibe with you. No, your ancestors of love and light love you. Do we all have some crazy ancestors? Yes, we have some crazy family members. But when you set the intention to connect with only those of love and light that love you and want the best for you, that's what you're going to get. So y'all need to connect with them, because they're trying to give you the information. And some of y'all do connect with your ancestors on a daily, but y'all are not listening because y'all are so upset, and because y'all have asked them to handle the situation and it's taken more time. You haven't had the patience or the belief, or you lost the belief. Okay, and some of y'all might have been even connecting with the proper ancestors. It's like, connect with those that are for you, those that are of your blood. Connect with them. And then with this embrace your inner Romani, like in Roma, it talks about freedom, it talks about fun, it talks about music. So yes, the way that y'all get that higher ground and elevate yourself is y'all need to shake some ass, y'all need to dance, y'all need to just focus on your happiness, okay? Again, with this vervain everlasting, release. Release that stagnant energy by dancing, by listening to music. Okay, I think I mentioned earlier that some of y'all are Jhené Aiko fans and y'all need to listen to her protection mantra. Yes, go listen to that and then go listen to her latest album, Chilombo. Very zen, very spiritual. Do that. And if you're not a Jhené Aiko fan, still listen to Jhené because she gonna get your soul right. But y'all need to find ways to find freedom each day, even if you feel constricted. Being free can be as simple as going outside for a walk. Can be as simple as taking 10 minutes to yourself to do whatever it is you want. It can be as simple as not picking up the phone call. But y'all need to find ways to free yourself, find ways to have fun. And for a lot of y'all, it's going to be via music. Allow music to release yourself. You might even do a musical meditation where you meditate to music, or a dancing meditation. And that's how you're going to be able to connect deeper with your ancestors, depending on what your practice is or what you're feeling. But they're really asking y'all to do that. And then we have back of the deck energy. So your back of the deck energy is have courage. So back of the deck energy, have courage. Like they're saying, you got this. Like, you need to tap into that inner strength. You need to tap into that warrior spirit that you have, because you'll be able to handle this. It may seem hard. It is hard. They're not saying that it's not. But you have to tap into that inner strength. Like I said, with the 7 of Wands upright, you have to fight for your right, baby. You got to fight for your right and know that you being here is valid, knowing that you will get through this. They're going to do what they can on the other side, but you have to do what you can here on the physical and allow them to put you on game. Just allow them to put you on game and to trust. Really just trust. But yeah, have courage. I believe in you. They believe in you. They're supporting you. They are behind you. Just allow spirit to move through you. All right. And that is all I'm getting with this year reading. Comment down below if you're in Pile 1 and, let us know that you're a warrior. Just know that we are wishing you well. Your ancestors, we're praying for you. Your ancestors are with you and you got this, Pile 1. All right. And make sure you like, subscribe, and click those post bell notifications down below. And I'll see you guys in another future video just like this, or one of my other videos on my beautiful, abundant, diverse channel. All right. Bye, Pal 1. Hey, Pal 2, and welcome to your reading. So, like I said, we're going to get into the messages your ancestors have for you. What I did is I pre-shuffled some cards, and then I also have this Ancestral Oracle card deck that I'm going to use to get some more like direct advice from your ancestors on whatever they're talking about in here. And yeah, keep in mind, I feel like there's just going to be a mixture of different messages in here. So just take what resonates with you and, leave the rest. And yeah, if y'all are ready to get into it, I am. So let's start. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with y'all's tarot cards first. Oh, wow. A lot of cup energy. Okay, so we have the Ace of Cups upright. Right. The Five of Cups in reverse. Okay. And the Knight of Cups in reverse. Okay, so we have a lot of cups energy. All right. What is the tea? So what I'm getting here, and this is interesting, is that Pile 2, your ancestors are telling you that romance is on the way. What I'm getting with this Ace of Cups, the Ace of Cups can talk about new love, like divine love coming in. And what I'm getting is that some sort of romance is on the way. Now, I do want you all to know, romance comes in different forms. It's not necessarily, what I'm getting is, it's not necessarily like, how do I describe this? It may not be romance coupled with sexual relations, does that make sense? It could be like a more like platonic type of romance. And I hope that makes sense to you guys. But romance comes in different forms, And with this Five of Cups in reverse, so when the Five of Cups is upright, it talks about grief and stuff like that. But this is in reverse. So what I'm getting with that is that this is the end, like the end of a tough romantic cycle is coming. And especially with this Knight of Cups in reverse, what I'm getting is that you guys have been kind of closed off to romance, but also a bit delusional when it comes to romance. I'm really feeling that the people that y'all surrounded yourselves with before, when it came to intimate relations, whether it involved sex or not, you guys were pretty blind to who they were. I'm just getting that some of you guys may have Pisces placements or strong Neptunian placements. So it could be Neptune in the 7th house, Neptune in the 8th house, Neptune in the 1st, or Neptune in the 12th. This doesn't necessarily mean, if you don't have those placements, it doesn't mean that it's not for you, but that's just what I'm getting. But what I'm really feeling is that in the past, the people that y'all were either interested in or that y'all had more intimate relationships with or just sexual relationships with were not the best for y'all. And y'all kind of had to go through a period of, I almost want to feel like, for some of y'all, it was just a period of like heartbreak. And for others, it may have actually been actual trauma that y'all went through. And it was like, this is all showing you what is not it when it comes to love. Whether it's, you know, romantic with another person or romantic with like a friend, you know, some people romance their friends. That's just them, okay? Like I said, romance comes in different forms. Whatever this is, I'm really feeling that that's what's being communicated, is that all of that old stuff is gone. Like the lessons have been learned and the lessons are being learned. For another group of y'all within Pile 2, y'all are currently in this Knight of Cups energy where y'all are kind of wondering, why didn't this work out? Or I really miss this person. Or, you know what? F love. I'm done with that. I don't want to worry about that anymore. That's not for me, blah, 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 blah. But your ancestors are communicating to you that, hey, you deserve love just because things didn't work out, whether you had a hand in it or not. That does not mean you don't deserve love. That does not mean you're not worthy of love. So they really want you to understand that and to remember that with this Ace of Cups. I'm also getting that a lot of y'all are intuitive. Again, like I said, strong Pisces or Neptunian placements. You might even have some strong Scorpio placements. Maybe a little Cancer, but I'm really feeling Pisces, if not Scorpio. And what they're saying is that moving forward, y'all kind of need to start trusting your intuition. And for some of y'all, your intuition is growing. And this is just another message that came through that I'm just being told right now. May not resonate for everybody, but for some of y'all, they're saying do not hide from love. And what I'm getting is that some of y'all are actually queer or you're questioning, and they're saying the reasons why some of these past relationships didn't work out is because you were boxing yourself into it. So maybe you were trying to get into heterosexual relationships when it's like you knew that wasn't really for you, or you were kind of questioning, and they're saying look at love in another opportunity, like looking to explore the spectrum. Or maybe you were solely in queer relationships and now you're realizing that you're more fluid than you thought, and they're saying broaden out your perspective. They're saying don't be afraid of what your parents or society or what your family members or just your friends are going to say. They're saying that be open to love in different avenues, even if it's not with somebody that is of your typical sexual preference, typical romantic preference. For some of y'all, it could just be romantic preference. Maybe you were solely attracted to tall, lanky people, and then you find yourself a short itty bitty, and you're like, oh wow, my heart. So that's just what I'm getting. Like I said, it's multiple messages coming through. Please take what resonates. I know I'm speaking a little fast, so sorry. It's just, they're just dropping it in my head like boom, 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 boom. So yeah. But regardless, with this Ace of Cups, something new is coming in. Doesn't mean it's coming in soon. And it honestly could just be self-love for some of y'all. And oftentimes before we actually get love with another person or learn how to receive love from another person, we must first teach ourselves. We must first give it to ourselves. So that is also a message that is coming through from y'all's ancestors. So I'm going to see what these Oracle cards have to say to see if they give another message, or if they just build upon what is already currently being said. Okay, we have abundance and self-reflection. Okay, self-reflection. And abundance. Yeah, literally building off to what I just said. How you have to learn how to give yourself love before something else comes through. They're saying something is coming, but you have to self-reflect. Have you been giving yourself that love? Do you know how to love yourself? Do you know what kind of love you desire? Y'all need to self-reflect first and give yourself that type of love so that you can be able to receive love from other people. For those of y'all who kind of were delusional in the past and getting into romantic and sexual relationships that were not for you, self-reflect on that. Really do that shadow work. How did you get into the situation? How were you victimized? Did you victimize yourself? These are some tough, real-ass questions that you got to ask yourself through this self-reflection. How did it hurt you as bad as you thought? Did you just shrug it off, but it really hurt you worse than that? What part did you play? How did you allow them to treat you? How did you treat them? Were you the problem? Because now because the rest delusional, you may have thought they were the problem, and you could have been the problem. You could have been the problem, sweetie. I don't know what it is. Take it how it resonates, but were you the problem? You have to, you have to think about that. Or do you think you're the problem, but you're not? Were you really abused or something like that? You have to do the self-reflection. You really have to do the self-reflection to ask yourself those types of questions, regardless of, whether you're in the past relationship or it was a past relationship that happened, or you're the one that needs to give yourself more self-love, or if you're both, you have to do some self-reflection. And for those of y'all who they're talking about, explore romance throughout the whole sexual spectrum, you have to do some self-reflection. Are you really straight? Are you really whatever identity you gave yourself? Or like I said, are you more fluid than you thought? Why do you feel the need to hold on to one single label or identity? That's just a question that came through. So whatever that is, there's self-reflection that needs to be done. And what I'm getting, as you can see, she's in deep water. So this self-reflection is not no itty bitty, quick self-reflection. No, this is you guys asking yourselves some deep questions. For some of y'all, some dark questions, but some real ass questions. Here on this, when I do tarot readings, I don't do we all love that love and light, but I don't do that love and light shit all no. This tarot is not for you to escape your hurts, your traumas, or your toxic traits. It's for you to my readings are for, yes, they give uplifting messages, but they're also for you to confront them so that you can go on and live your best life. So regardless of where you fall within this situation here in Pal 2, you have to do some deep dark reflection, self-reflection, and you have to be honest with yourself and then hold yourself accountable. Because with this abundance card, all that is coming for y'all is an abundance of love. Okay, some of y'all abundance of wealth. I almost said wealth. So some of y'all, yes, you know, abundance of wealth. Claim it. We claim it in God's name. Amen. Won't the ancestors do it? But there's an abundance of love all around you, right? As you can see in this photo, she's abundant and she has so many animals. It's not necessarily her being surrounded by money, but she's surrounded by so many animals. And that goes back to what I was saying earlier, where I was like, romance comes in different forms. Love comes in different forms. It doesn't have to just be what we typically call romance or what we typically call love. It doesn't have to involve sexual relations. It doesn't have to involve any of that. Y'all have to be open to experiencing love in different ways. Y'all have to be open to giving it to yourself first, right? And know that there's an abundance of love all around you. Your ancestors are all around you. Your spiritual team's all around you. So they want you to know that they are loving you infinitely. Because these are your ancestors that rock with you. Your ancestors that are working with you. that are here for you in this life, but you have to see that abundance of love all around you. You have to do the work with this self-reflection first so that you can receive that abundance. So that you can receive what this Ace of Cups is here to bring to you. Right? And for those of y'all who I said that y'all are psychic, that was like a one-off thing, there's a lot coming through to y'all. Y'all are going to start seeing psychically a lot with the self-reflection, but also with this abundance. But y'all have to be open to it. Y'all have to allow it to come. Y'all have to receive. You really have to receive. Because there's so much, like, it's almost, the feeling I'm getting is, it's just like, if you opened your eyes, you would see there's so much around you. There's so much that's coming for you, but you have to do the work. And it's like somebody gorilla glued you, super glued your eyes shut. So now you got to be careful and you have to just pick it out one by one. Use the anti-adhesive and to do it, but you have to do the work. But know that there's so much coming for y'all. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle these cards on screen. Depending on how the camera's angled, you might not see it. But I'm going to shuffle these cards to see what other messages that your ancestors, like, you know, advice that your ancestors have for y'all on this situation. And just in general. So let's see what your ancestors have to say. Tuning into the ancestors of love and light for all those here in pile 2. What are the advice? What's the messages that y'all have to give to them for all those watching in pile 2, wherever they are during whatever time they watch this? What advice, what messages do y'all have for them? Let us know. Into the ancestors of love and light of all those for pile 2. Ooh, okay. That dropped all the way on the floor. Okay, all right. So they dropped these 3 cards. One of them dropped all the way on the floor, so LOL. Okay. Okay. And then, okay, wow. So we have upskill. We have balance yourself. And we have find your voice. I love it. I love it because it's really just, to me, it's just confirming all that all that I've talked about earlier. I love when readings do this because sometimes I really be thinking I'm just rambling. But with this upskill card, it talks about work, career, crossroads. So again, this self-reflection work, it's work. It is work. You have to do it. You have to really reflect. You have to be honest with yourself. You have to be accountable, and you have to do the work. You have to be accountable. You have to be truthful. Wherever you fall within this situation of pile 2, you have to be truthful because a lot of y'all are at a crossroads right now. But the way you're going to get out is by you doing that work. And that's why I say the spirituality stuff is not only love and light because people don't realize how hard it is to live a spiritual life. Because you must heal yourself. You cannot live a spiritual life without healing yourself. So you have to do that work, baby. And for you, it's all about relationships. It's all about love. Whether that's a relationship with yourself, it's all about love. You have to do the work. You have to. And then with this balance yourself, it talks about what direction do you want to go? What is your growth? How are you going to grow? Life stages. So as you're looking back at your past relationships or, you know, whether it's been with people, yourself, etc., wherever you fall on this, you have to see how far you've come and also believe in how far you're going to go. Okay? But you have to balance yourself out. Maybe you can't do the deep dive every single day. Maybe that's not for you. All right? But you got to at least be moving forward. You have to find a system that's going to work for you and that's going to propel you to your growth because the whole point of this is to grow. You're not going to receive this abundance, this Ace of Cups, without growing. Okay? You don't just get it by being stagnant. That's not how it happens. You don't just scritch and manifest and just receive something. No, you put in the work as well. And if you receive something, it's usually, and without putting in the work, kudos to you, but I can guarantee you it's not gonna last. and it's not going to be something that you truly, truly want. It'll go. It's not going to be permanent. You have to put in the work to grow so that you can receive this stuff. And then with this find your voice, it talks about expressing yourself, singing out, opening up. For some of y'all, if y'all like to sing, do that. If that helps you heal, if that helps you balance yourself out, do that. But really what I'm getting is that y'all, whoever y'all is, you have to be honest. For some of y'all, and I'm just going to say it, I'm not trying to out of y'all, but for some of y'all are in the closet and you have to be honest. Or for some of y'all are more fluid than y'all thought and you have to be honest. You must express yourself, because why be miserable? Why be miserable? Easier said than done. I get it. It can be very traumatic. I understand. But I'm just reading what the cards are saying. I'm just hearing what the ancestors are telling me. They rock with y'all. And for those of y'all who do fall on the spectrum, LGBTQ spectrum, they're letting you know that don't think that your ancestors dislike you or hate you because of how you identify, because you're queer or not. And they're letting you know that many of them were as well. And there's some that are talking to me that's like, look, baby, I was trans or I was non-binary and I still live, and I want you to live a better life than I did. Okay, some of your ancient ancestors are coming through and they're like, look, to be more towards the middle is to be closer to the other side and stuff, because, merging of the divine, masculine, divine, feminine. Look at all up. That's another conversation for another day. But that's what they're communicating to you. Express yourself, open up. Allow yourself to find love in different ways. And for those of y'all where it's not necessarily that you're on the spectrum, but you just have a type, open up. Open your horizons. We're not saying that you have to go get with somebody that just does not have any of your standards, that is toxic or, gonna help you regress in life. But open up. Open up. Let go of your preconceived notions or your prejudices and stuff. If your requirement is that somebody is tall, boo, open up. Maybe you need to change that. If it's something superficial like that. Now, okay, if you want someone with an education, because you got an education, someone that can help you build, or at least that's ambition and working on, okay, got it. But if it's something superficial like that, open up. Your ancestors are telling you that you need to open up, because they're not gonna open stuff for you until you do that work, until you let go of some stuff and you really reflect on why do you want these things. Why did you tell yourself that you wanted these things? Does it have to do with some sort of internalized depression? That just came through. Woo. You all know my tarot. I get into some real stuff. Do you have to do with some sort of internalized oppression? Like, what is it? Is it internalized anti-blackness? Is it internalized colorism? Is it internalized homophobia? Is it internalized misogyny? Like, what is it? What is it? That just came through for a specific few, so take it as it resonates. But that's what is being communicated right now. And we'll look at your back of the deck energy. All right, your back of the deck energy, psychic strength. So what they're saying with this back of the deck energy is that they are protecting you psychically. Because for many of y'all doing this self-reflection, it is going to be hard. And you may go to dark places, really looking at the dark recesses of your mind. Y'all, it might be a dark night of the soul, but just know that you are being protected psychically. But you can also protect yourself psychically. Shield yourself in divine white light or divine gold light. Listen to Archangel Michael music or angelic music or whatever psychic protection music as you sleep at night. And just know that your ancestors are protecting you. They're here. They're with you. So that is the back of the deck energy, letting you know that, hey, even if you feel like you can't do it, or if you feel like you doing something or you expressing yourself more, changing up certain things is going to make you feel ostracized, especially in your direct environment, or if you're a living family, they want you to know that your deceased family is protecting you. And they got you and always going to have your back. All right? So that is all I'm getting with this pile too. Thank you for spending this time with me. Make sure you like and subscribe and ring those post bell notifications down below if you haven't already. And comment down below how you feel with this. And if you're ready to, take the courage to do that self-reflection and do that healing work, I commend you because it's not easy. And just know that you are loved and blessed by me and by your ancestors and God. And yeah, I will see y'all in a future video like this or one of my other videos on this channel. And peace out. What's good, Pile 3? And welcome to your reading. So what I have right here is I just have some cards that I pre-shuffled and, and then what I have right here with this deck are my ancestor oracle cards. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull these cards on screen. You may not see me all the way shuffle them. It's okay. And they're just going to be more advice from your ancestors, and more details from your ancestors that they want you to know right now. So pile 3, I'm just going to let y'all know that these piles have been packing multiple different messages. I've just really been channeling them. So I apologize if I speak too fast, but also take what resonates and leave the rest, because not every message within this is going to be for you, or it might be a combination of different aspects that we're going to get into. So just buckle up because the ancestors have been talking today and they are definitely packing some messages. So we're going to start with your tarot cards. Yeah, I knew there was a third one right there. All right, so we're going to start with your tarot cards first. Okay. So we have the 9 of Wands. The 4 of Chalices. And the 10 of Chalices. All right. So let's see what is being communicated here. So pile 3, what I'm getting right now, what is just coming through is they're saying, it's 2 questions. Well, 1 question and 1 statement. Why are you giving up? Don't give up. Okay? And with this 4 of Chalices, what it talks about is basically saying no to something, being apathetic. As you can see in this card, this is the Star Spinner Tarot, so it talks about fairy tales when it comes to a lot of the cards, and this is the Little Mermaid. You can see she's sitting on the rock and she's just thinking about the palace, and she's like, wow, she's not content with her own life. She's not content with what she has. She wants a human soul. She wants to be human and to be with her prince, so she's upset, and what it's basically saying is why are you giving up? Why are you sulking? There's a situation that happened that you guys are currently feeling down about. And then in conjunction with this 9 of Wands, you can see he is tired. The 9 of Wands talks about going to the finish line. And it's the energy of you're almost there, but it's I don't know if I can continue. It's not exactly the 10 of Wands where you're just completely burnt out, but you're right about to be burnt out. Okay, you're really right about to be burnt out. So what I'm getting with them is there's something that's on y'all's mind and it's plaguing y'all mentally and emotionally. And what your ancestors are saying is that you first of all, you fretting, worrying about this all over and over and over again is only gonna burn you out and make you more dissatisfied with your life. But you also need to know that you're almost there. There is something that y'all are doing or that y'all have been working on that hasn't hit yet, but is about to hit. Because we have the 10 of Chalices. All right? And the 10 of Chalices, 10 of Cups, usually talks about happy home, happy family, right? Love, all that. And in this deck, it's basically the ending of The Little Mermaid where the prince and in the original fairy tale, where the prince and the human princess get married, but the Little Mermaid dies, but she turns into an angel. She basically gets a human soul. So because it's that, I'm really not getting like a love connection here. I'm just getting that something that you guys have wanted is going to be fulfilled, but it's not going to be fulfilled in the way that y'all hoped and in the way that y'all imagined. So your ancestors are being they're not coming with bad news. It's not bad news, but it's real news. They're saying do not give up. Okay, it is coming. It's just not going to be in the way that you wanted. So if it is a relationship, maybe you did want to get married, right? We'll just give that an example. Not saying that I'm feeling that, but we'll just use it as an example. If you did want to get married, maybe it's like, hey, you will get married. Maybe you wanted to get married by 35. It's like your ancestors are like, hey, you will get married by 35, but it's not going to be to your current partner. You know, it's that kind of news. It's like you're going to be married by 35 and you're going to be happy and the marriage is going to last, but it's not to it's not to who you say is the love of your life. It's not who you said is your twin flame and your soulmate. That person, no, it's not going to be to that person. You know, so, and I use that just as an example. If it resonates for you, cool, whatever. But that was just an example. But I'm using that as an example to basically kind of communicate the type of message that they're giving to you. They're saying that what you want, what you've been manifesting, because I'm really getting that it's something that y'all have been manifesting. And for some of y'all, I'm feeling that it's either more happiness for something. It's like a project taking off, or it's a new lifestyle, you know, or it's a new home environment. Just because it is a 10 of chalices and it is home. So a new home environment, you know, maybe you're trying to get away from toxic family members or something. Or you're trying to get a better relationship with toxic family members, or just your family. They don't have to be toxic. But regardless of those things, what your ancestors are saying that it is coming. You're at the finish line, right? Just be more patient. Don't sulk. Don't be dissatisfied because that's just going to delay things. But they also are saying don't sulk in the future because it is not going to happen in the way that you thought. You're going to get exactly what you want, but you just might not get it with who you want it with. And that is a very sobering and real ass message. So I'll repeat it. Because even as I said it, I was like, oh wow. You are going to get what you want. Exactly what you want. But you are not going to get it with exactly who you wanted to get it with. Take that as it resonates, but that is the general statement. I will say it one more time. You are going to get what you want, Pile 3. But you are not exactly going to get it with who you want to get it with. And that sip on that. Just sip on that. But you sulking now is only going to delay. You being apathetic, thinking, oh, it's never going to come. Don't manifest against it because it's going to come. It's already been done in the spiritual. It's already been done in the spiritual, or it's being done in the spiritual. So it's going to manifest in the physical. And what I'm getting is that it's something that's it's protected. It's already going to happen, right? Or it's already happening in the it's, you know. But you sulking is not going to help it get any faster. It's actually just going to delay it. And for some of y'all, it's already manifested. Like, it's already manifested, but you're sulking because you didn't get it with who you wanted to get it with, or you didn't get it exactly how you wanted to get it, or maybe you had to sacrifice something in order to get it. Hey, people don't realize manifestation, all that stuff, it's an energy exchange, baby. The magic of life, it's an exchange. Sometimes you have to give in order to get. You can't take everything with you. You can't. That's just how life is. Change is the only constant. You cannot take everything and everyone with you, baby. No matter how bad you want to, or no matter how bad they want to, or no matter how bad the both of y'all want. And just because you can't take them now doesn't mean you can't take them later. But don't get hung up on that. Do not, because some of y'all will get fixated on, oh, I'll take them. No, that's not what they're trying to say right now. That's just what I'm saying. But for some of y'all, it's already manifested in the physical. And you were like, damn, I worked all this hard, I sacrificed all this, and I can't even get exactly how I wanted. And it's making you really sad. But they're saying, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? Don't don't sulk. It's like, don't appreciate what you have now. Don't say no to what was given to you, what you manifested, just because it doesn't look exactly like how you wanted. Yes, I know in spirituality and stuff, when we talk about manifestation, it's like you get exactly what you want. Well, no, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you get exactly what you wanted, but not how you wanted. Or sometimes you get exactly what you want, but it's not exactly as you described it. Sometimes it is. Everybody's life is different, and everything happens for a different reason. You know? It happens. Or sometimes you get what you want, you have to lose something. That's just how life is. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled is what they're saying. So if it has manifested for you, don't be sulking. You asked for this. You asked for this. And for very few of you, maybe like, if you don't want it now, it's like, well, maybe think about, why did you ask for it in the first place? Why did you believe that you needed it or wanted it in the first place? And if you don't feel like it's worth it now, then maybe that should teach you something in the future. But we're going to get into y'all's oracle cards to see what else your ancestors are saying. Because, yeah, definitely preaching. Okay. Ooh. Okay, we have earth and ground. Raise your vibration. And learning experience. Okay. We'll start with earth and ground. So with earth and ground, what your ancestors are saying is like, now is a good time to really just ground yourself, right? The way that you can get out of this Four of Chalices energy is by really grounding yourself, really connecting with earth and being so grateful for being here and knowing that every day above ground is truly a blessing and that you're here for a reason, right? You're here to learn. It's a learning experience, life. And just really be present, okay? So that you're not becoming apathetic, so that you're not becoming depressed, so that you're not growing bored or even disdainful of the life that you've been given, especially if you were given something, right? And then with this raise your vibration card, they're saying that you really have to raise your vibration. For some of y'all are really sulking, and I hate to say it, but they're saying that y'all have no reason to be sulking. So you need to raise that vibration. They're saying raise your damn vibration, because you're really about to mess it up for yourself. That's just what you're really about to mess it up for yourself. Meaning it's either going to be delayed and come even later, or what you manifested and now you're growing upset because it's like, oh my gosh, why didn't it get exactly what it's going to be taken away? That's just, so you need to raise your vibration. Not to scare nobody, but it's like, hey, we don't know what we have till it's gone, right? So they're saying you need to really raise your vibration so that you can, and you can do that by earthing and grounding, by grounding yourself, working on your root chakra, is really a good way for you to raise your vibration and to just find that happiness in life. Because especially for those of y'all where it hasn't come yet, it's coming. It's coming. Trust me, I've been in this situation. I've been in it, which is why I can speak so well on it, which is why I've been in it. It is coming. It is coming. So you really need to raise that vibration so that you can enjoy and be content in the present moment. So that when it comes, you're happy and you're able to enjoy it completely, right? And for those of y'all where it's already manifested, raise your vibration so that you can see how beautiful this is, or so that you can see the truth of the matter. Really raise your vibration so that you can enjoy it now. Because you worked for this, you sacrificed for this, and now you have it. And then the learning experience. I'm going to show y'all again, learning so y'all see it says learning experience. What I'm getting from this is like, yes, life is a learning experience. I talked about that earlier when I was talking about the earthing and grounding card. Take this all as a learning experience. For many of y'all, they're saying you're still learning how to manifest. So maybe it didn't happen as quick because you had to learn some things. Maybe you had to learn that, hey, it's easier to manifest when you've done some self-healing. Or you needed to do X, Y, and Z. You need to learn how manifesting works for you or what styles of manifestation work for you. So it's a learning experience, right? And for others that have gotten it, and remember, like I was saying that earlier before I flipped these oracle cards over, I was saying that for some of y'all, you may have gotten something and it wasn't exactly, and now you're like, wow, I know exactly what I wanted. And they were like, you need to think about why did you get it, and it should tell you something. Yeah. They're saying this is a learning experience. So if you fall within that category of you manifested something and you're like, wow, I shouldn't have even manifested this, or I lost too much for this, it wasn't worth it, it's a learning experience. I hate to say it, but it's what it gets. It's giving exactly what it's supposed to give. Because we live in an era where people think we can just manifest all willy-nilly, blah, blah, blah. We don't, and most people don't even know how the hell to manifest. They don't. Because so much misinformation is out there and etc. And they don't know exactly the work or the cost. When I say they, I include myself. And you may have manifested something that you don't really want anymore, or you don't really see the value or worth. And it's a learning experience. So maybe next time you don't need to do that shit again. Not saying manifest, but what you did before, what you was trying to get. Maybe you need to think about it. And that's not to be rude, but that's exactly how the ancestors is giving me. Some of y'all ancestors is a little tight. They have a little tube. So pardon me, because I just channel the energy. So my own tude and my own emotions change as I channel, depending on the energy I'm channeling. But yeah. Regardless, it's a learning experience for all of us. Whether learning how to be more present and happy with what we have, how to be more patient, how to ground ourselves, or how to do shit we're not supposed to do. How to not do shit we're not supposed to do. Period. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to shuffle these oracle cards, these ancestor oracle cards, and we're going to see what cards flip out to see what advice they have to give y'all on this whole situation, or if they have any extra details, any other tea that they want to share from the other side. So let's get into it. Tuning into all the ancestors of love and light for pile 3. What is the advice? What are the messages that y'all have? Depending on whenever they see this. What advice do y'all have? Tuning into all the ancestors of love and light for pile 3. What do y'all have to say? What advice do y'all have? Okay. Okay. 3. Okay. They dropped 3 cards out. So let's see what we're rocking with. Skill work. Okay. Wow. So y'all got upskill. Okay. Teach and share. And interact and relate. Okay. So we'll start with upskill. So the upskill card talks about working, whether it's your career or just working, like bettering your skills at something, or crossroads. So what I'm getting with this is that they're saying that for some of y'all are at a crossroads, but really they're going back to this learning experience, and they're saying that, hey, y'all are learning how to manifest. It's taking the time that it's taking because y'all are still learning how to manifest. And that's okay. We're sent here to learn, right? Y'all are learning how to manifest. And then in conjunction with this teach and share, those of you who you're learning how to manifest the right way, it's so that you can teach and share this with other people and teach others how to manifest. Because like I said, as spirituality is becoming so mainstream, there's so many phonies, so much misinformation, and so much overgeneralization of so much spiritual topics that it's like, how much of this is true? How much of this is applicable? And how much of this did our ancestors actually do? As we advance and we get technology and stuff like that, that is cool. But we also have to look back to what was done in the past, because things have to adapt and change as we evolve, yes, but there's so much knowledge that from the past that we've lost. And it's the reason why a lot of us are messed up today, because we've lost that knowledge. So they're saying that for many of y'all here in Pal 3, y'all are learning how to manifest. Whether it took so long or it manifested and you're like, wow, this wasn't worth it. This is a teaching moment. It's a teachable moment. They're teaching you the lesson so that you can teach other people. Because like I said, there's so much misinformation. And with this interact and relate card, it talks about community, family, and traditions. So what they're saying is that many of y'all that are teaching, y'all are here to kind of like teach your community. You're here to like teach your greater spiritual community, right? Whether you have a spiritual platform or not, or it's just your community of group and friends, etc. They're saying that that's what y'all are called to do. And then for some of y'all, they're saying that you're manifesting, and the reason why it's taking long or it's not happening the way you want, because regardless, for those of y'all it's gonna manifest, just not exactly with who you want it with. They're saying that y'all need to kind of go back to your traditions and see how your traditions handled these things, how your traditions manifested these things, right? And for those of y'all who you're going to get exactly what you want, but not who you want it with, know that you still have community. Know that you still have family, right? Whether it's by blood, whether it's living or it's your deceased, your ancestors, they're around you, right? So it's a couple different messages with this interact and relate card, but they're around you and they want you to know that, hey, we're around you, we're here for you, right? But for many of y'all, they're saying you need to start manifesting the way your ancestors did. Like, wherever y'all are from, or start learning about at least how did they do it. Maybe you don't have to do it exactly how they did it, but maybe you could learn. Maybe by learning, you'll learn the lesson. You'll learn like, oh, okay, this is why it takes time, or this is how manifestation works for me, or whatever. But there's some sort of traditional wisdom you need to go back to. And you might need to start learning this with upskill so that you can teach and share it to other people. Right? But there's some sort of ancestral tradition, some sort of ancestral wisdom that they're calling you to go back to. And maybe they're saying, hey, you can still manifest without it, but if you want that quick, you need to do it how we did it so that we can help you easier instead of us trying to learn how to do it in the way that you're trying to do it and then support you that way. Maybe you learn how we did it and we can push it through further because we've been there, done that next. Take it how it resonates. But those are the messages that are coming through for me. But regardless, it's a teachable moment and it's only for you to improve. It's only for you to improve. Whether you're learning more patience, whether you're trusting more, whether you're learning more gratitude, or not, or what you really want to manifest versus just manifesting whatever because you can or because you think you want and need these things. It's a learning moment and you're meant to learn. You're meant to learn, and then you're meant to share. But yeah, that is all I'm getting for y'all, Pal 3. I hope this resonated. Comment down below how you feel, how it resonated for you. And yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring those post bell notifications down below if you haven't done so already. And I will see you all, Pal 3, in a future video, whether it's tarot or one of my other videos here on my channel. Check it out. I do quite a bit of different things. And I will see y'all next time. Peace. Hey, group 4, and welcome to your reading. So what I have right here are just some pre-shuffled cards that I did. And then I'm also going to use this deck right here. It's my Ancestral Oracle cards, and these are going to be specific messages, advice from your ancestors. And yeah, we're gonna get into y'all's reading. I do want to say, please try to keep up because a lot of these, so far the trend has been that it's just a lot of different messages packed in to each group. And so yeah, I've been trying to keep up myself because I feel like I've just been rambling and head all over the place. But yeah, I'm feeling it's going to be a lot of different packed messages. Know that not every message may not be for you within this pile, even though you chose it. So utilize your intuition, utilize your own discernment, and yeah, take what resonates and leave the rest. And also, don't shoot the messenger. The ancestors have been talking, and they have a lot of real stuff to say. So just sip on it, all right? So we're going to start with y'all's tarot cards right here. We just have two of them. Okay. So we have the Hanged Man upright. And then we have the Two of Coins in reverse. Okay. So, first and foremost, what I'm getting is pile 4. Y'all are kind of at a standstill. Many of y'all are not feeling here nor there. Some of y'all, even spiritually, may feel like you just have one foot in the other side and one foot here, and it's kind of confusing. Some of y'all are not being able to see things clearly, and you just feel paused. You just feel suspended in midair, almost, kind of like the Hanged Man. And what y'all's ancestors are communicating to me, that this is for a reason. This is for you to see things differently, to gain another perspective, and to see the hand that you've dealt yourself. And that's something that came specifically through clear as day. It's not the hand that you've been dealt, but the hand that you dealt yourself. So it's like the deck of cards that you fixed and gave to yourself. And with this Two of Coins in reverse, what I'm getting is that many of y'all are feeling unbalanced, right? Which is kind of why you feel suspended in the air. You're just like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm floating, but I'm not able to get myself together. Like, there's nothing for me to grab onto. I'm just getting that image of like somebody literally levitating off the ground, and it's like they're not levitating out of their own intention. They're levitating just to levitate, and they're just like, oh my gosh, where am I going? Am I going to go into space? Like, I can't hold on to nothing. They're trying so desperately to find grounding here on Earth, but they're just levitating. And to me, what that means is some of y'all are maybe awakening more spiritually. Maybe some of y'all are actually having involuntary astral projections. That's coming through for just a select amount. So I'm going to put it there. But I'm getting that some of y'all are having involuntary astral projections, and you're just trying to, and others you're just, it's like your clairs are on 10. It's like you don't know how to gain any sort of grounding. But this Two of Coins, what I'm really getting is that there's an imbalance when it comes to your mental life and your physical life, but there's an imbalance when it comes to your spiritual life and your physical life, right? Yes, your mental and emotional life may be imbalanced as well, but primarily when it comes to your spiritual life and your physical life, there's some sort of imbalance. Y'all had been juggling things for some time, and it fell through. It didn't work out, and it's kind of they're directing me back to one of my earlier tarot videos that I did, where somebody got the Two of Pentacles up. I don't know I think it was upright, and I was telling them that they're juggling and that the way they're juggling things is not sustainable. I don't remember which reading that was, but they're just sending me that because they're saying that some of y'all that picked that group picked this one too, and they're kind of like, I told you so. Like, for some of y'all, y'all didn't change. Y'all didn't you didn't think the message was for you, or you just didn't implement it, or you've been trying, but it wasn't. And basically the result is now it's unbalanced. What you had before is unbalanced. So that's only if you chose that pile. That's a specific message for y'all. If y'all will know who y'all are, I do not remember which tarot video it was, but if you know, you know. All right? If you know, you know. But yeah, there's an imbalance here. There's an imbalance, and a lot of y'all are just feeling like you're in limbo. Some of y'all, things that you've been doing haven't really taken off yet. Your own mental health, you're just like, I don't know where I'm at. Some days I'm good, some days I'm not. Is there something wrong with me? Like, well, I'm confused. That's just the energy I'm getting. Kind of like sometimes seeing the bigger picture, but other times being like, wait, what is the bigger picture? Is that type of energy that I'm getting. So I'm going to move into your oracle cards to see exactly what they can tell me that will make this make more sense. Okay. Okay. So I have y'all's oracle cards, and they gave me soul fragments and cosmic ancestors. Okay, I don't want to. Yeah, I'll do it like this. So, with this soul fragments card, it talks about how balance will be restored because you're feeling like you're not all there. So again, like I was saying, there's some sort of imbalance. You guys are struggling to like reclaim aspects of your soul. And in conjunction with this cosmic ancestors card, some of y'all recently found out that you're star seeds. And your ancestors, as well as your cosmic ancestors, are letting you know that they're here to help you in this transition. And some of y'all had been known that you were star seeds, but it's like it's just now hitting. Like maybe you didn't, the planet you thought you were from is not exactly it, or maybe you're being activated more, etc. You don't have to be a star seed for this pile to be yours, but that just came through for certain ones that are star seeds, and you're just not understanding how to live on this earth, but you have to understand that you need to reclaim the aspects of your soul, regardless if you feel disparate, like spread out, and understand that you're here on earth for a reason. This is for my star seeds. You're here on earth for a reason, and there's no use pining for where you came from. It's about where you are now and where you are to head on to. You use the knowledge from where you came from with this cosmic ancestors so that you can do what you need to do now and build what you need to do now, learn what you need to learn now, and then move on. It is not about where you came from. That is just the wisdom that you hold, is what is being communicated to me. Mind you, this is just for my star seed people. Whether you knew you weren't, or you're just finding out, or maybe right now you're like, wait a second, maybe I am a star seed, and this reading is just letting you know. But for those of you who are not star seeds, it's not everybody, with the soul fragments, they're saying that you feel disconnected. You're feeling disconnected from either your spiritual life, or you're feeling disconnected from your physical life. And what they're saying is that you've kind of spread your energy out everywhere, right? They're showing me like a single point and like diverging out in this pattern, and it keeps going in that pattern. So you spread your energy out too far. And I think it's because for a lot of y'all were just busybodies. Y'all was just doing a whole lot of shit. And y'all spread your energies out. Y'all was giving energy to just so many different things. And you're feeling fragmented. And they're letting you know that balance will be just restored. But you have to connect. You have to go to a central point. And that's what this Cosmic Ancestors card is for. You have to connect back with your ancestors. If you don't have an ancestral altar, maybe build one. Not maybe, build one. If you don't have an ancestral altar, build one. This is your message to build a damn altar. Construct an altar. However you feel, however it works for you, construct a damn altar. But you need to find yourself, your root. A lot of y'all don't know who you are. You're like, well, who am I? Who was I before this? Maybe you're having past life flashes or like soul flashes, and you're like, I don't understand. And they're letting you know you're going to find who you are and your root by connecting with us. And that's going to help you balance your life. So y'all need to connect back to your ancestors, right? Y'all actually need to forge that connection. For what I'm getting is that some of y'all don't really have a connection with them. Y'all thought about it, but y'all haven't really done anything. And they're saying, well, hey, you're just going to keep floating in space, and you're just going to keep feeling disconnected and confused until you find your way back. Listen to Beyonce, Find Your Way Back. Like, you have to find your way back. You will never know where you're going until you know where you come from. You'll never know what B looks like if you know what A is. Because if you know what A is, then you'll know that A is not B, so you know that you've moved forward. But if you don't know what A looks like, then you can always stay there. Or you'll always stay in 8.5. And always be moving in circles. Some of y'all are afraid to connect with your ancestors. And they're saying, don't be afraid. Don't listen to what's been told to you. There may have been some bad seeds in your family, but we're talking about your ancestors of love and light. Just like there are some pretty shitty people in your family, in your living family, there are some deceased, because that's just how it is. We all have bad apples, but you must set the intention to connect with your ancestors of love and light, because they are the ones guiding you. They are the ones that love you. They are the ones that are here for you. They're really the ones that are here for you. And y'all have to connect. Y'all have to find that root back. Whether you are a starseed or not, you need to connect. And if you're a starseed, what I'm hearing is that not only do you need to connect with your cosmic ancestors, but you need to connect with your ancestors that are not necessarily cosmic. Do not see them separate. See them as one. Because just like you've incarnated in human life, many of your ancestors have incarnated in human life from other planets as well. So they're really one and the same. Not all of them, obviously, but they're really one and the same. So do not see that separation, because for some of you that maybe you know your starseed, you're trying to do that separation. That's why you're lost in the sauce. Because you are 100% physical and 100% spiritual at this moment at the same time, and you need both. Or else you wouldn't have it. And you're not seeing how intermingled and how interlocked they actually are. But for everybody else, y'all need to... Balance will be restored. Your ancestors letting you know that they're helping you with this, but you have to do the work. You have to do the spiritual work, and it starts with connecting with them. They'll show you. They'll talk to you. They'll work with you to find a better system that helps you balance things out, but you have to connect with them. Especially if you're the one who chose that pile and that other reading that I did, that previous reading, then you really need to connect with them, because they've been trying to tell you this, but you're stubborn. It's what they're telling me. That's just what. Don't shoot the messenger. Take the message. Sober it up. If they're just telling me that you're stubborn. You're stubborn. Sorry, hate to see it. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle these cards, and we are going to see what other advice your ancestors have for y'all. Y'all powerful. Y'all's ancestors are very direct. So shout out to y'all. Like, if y'all want to connect with them, they will tell you. They will give you clear-cut signs. Because a lot of the other piles that I've been doing so far, it's been multiple messages. But for this one, y'all's ancestors are very direct. They don't beat around the bush. So if you want to hear from them, you will hear from them. Just do the work. Just do the work. So, like I said, I'm going to shuffle and see what other advice y'all ancestors have for y'all and other messages. We're connecting with the ancestors of love and light of Pile 4. Those tuning into Pile 4, their ancestors, what advice do y'all have for them on this matter? What messages y'all have for them? Tuning into the ancestors of love and light of Pile 4. Pile 4's ancestors, love and light. No matter what time they see this, whenever it comes to them, what are the messages that y'all have for them? What is the advice that y'all have for them? Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, so y'all got enjoy music. Remember who you are, and move your body. So with this remember who you are card, one thing that they're coming through is they're saying that literally you need to remember who you are. This remember who you are card talks about your culture, your beliefs, your resilience. So remember that you actually have this, but again, like I said, some of y'all are afraid to connect with your ancestors. And it's like, remember who you come from. Remember where you come from, to whom you belong, right? So y'all need to understand that. And for those of y'all who identify as starseeds, they're saying that remember who you are, yes, as where you come from cosmically, but also remember who you are in this lifetime. You come from a culture, you come from a lineage, you come from a tradition. That is also partly who you are. So don't get lost in the sauce trying to dissociate from your experience here on Earth, because if you do that, then you're not living your true life's purpose. You're not meant to dissociate from your experience here on Earth. You're not meant to. So you need to remember who you are. Yes, on a soul level, but also who you are here in this lifetime, right? And then the reason why I got enjoy music and move your body is what they're saying is that one thing that's going to really help y'all to ground yourself is by listening and dancing. Listening to music and dancing, right? So by you listening to music and moving your body, you're able to allow energy to flow through you. You're even able to allow spirit to flow through you. And it can be a very meditative process, and it's going to help ground you. So you don't have to dance. You can do yoga. You can just flow. You can just do breath work. But you have to fill your body out. And this is for whether you're, however this is for y'all, whatever this resonates for y'all. But y'all have to really ground yourself. And your ancestors, you can connect to them through playing music. One thing is that if you don't know how to connect with your ancestors and you haven't tried, try playing their traditional music. Whether that's traditional African music, traditional Native American, traditional Asian, Pacific Islander, etc. Whatever it is, go back to the root, play that music, and try dancing. Even if you don't know how to dance, allow the spirit to take you through. Even if you don't know what you're doing. And you'll be surprised how much clarity you get, or how much downloads, or how much information you get from your ancestors because of that. Right? So they're really saying that you just need to remember who you are. Start connecting back, because they can help you ground yourself. Start incorporating dance and music into your daily routine, because it can help you. Right? It can help you align. Because music is something that's very spiritual, and dancing as well, something that's very spiritual, but you need to use a physical body to do it. Right? And it's kind of like a connecting. It's kind of like almost like a glue. Which is why in so many cultures, there's sacred dances, there's sacred sounds, sacred songs. It's because it bridges the physical and the spiritual. So if you need help with that, maybe try listening to music and dancing. It can be cultural music. I would definitely recommend cultural music because of your ancestors. You got the Cosmic Ancestors card. But it doesn't, just try it. It doesn't matter. Right? And then y'all's back of the deck energy is upskill, work, career, crossroads. This card has been coming out a lot today. And basically what they're saying with this card is that it's going to be work. You connecting, you finding balance is going to require work. You have to do it though. No, there's no escaping it. It's not going to be, oh yeah, I found balance. Oh my gosh, I sat under a tree, I danced, I meditate, and now I know exactly how to do it. Okay, maybe that's how you first get the download, but you have to keep it up. It's going to be work. It's not going to be easy, is what they're saying. It's going to be work, but you have to do it. You have to do it. You have to do it. There's no point blank, you have to do the work. You have to put it in. You have to do the work, the ancestral work, and connecting with them. That's going to be work. Especially if you've been afraid to or not. It's going to require discipline. It's going to require you changing your mindset and your beliefs. You have to do it, but it's going to be worth it, because it's going to create more balance. It's going to create more harmony in your life. You're going to understand why you're here, what you're meant to do. You're going to remember who you are, So, but you have to do that work. And yeah, that's all I'm getting. That's all I'm seeing for y'all pile 4. So please, comment down below if this was your pile, how it resonates. And yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, and click those post bell notifications down below if you haven't already. And I will see you all in a future video, either whether it's on my channel, whether it's tarot, or another video on my channel, because I do a lot of different things. But I will see you all, and I'm wishing y'all the best. Know that your ancestors got y'all, and they're supporting y'all. They love y'all, and I am sending y'all love and support as well. So peace out, Pile 4. Bye. Hey, Pile 5, and welcome to your reading. So what I have right here are some cards that I already pre-shuffled, and then I have this deck right here, and this is where I'm going to pull some more, advice cards and stuff directly from your ancestors, my Ancestor Oracle deck. So I'm going to use that, directly for your ancestors. And yeah, we're going to get into this. I do want to say that so far the messages for this whole reading that I've been getting, they've been pretty, a lot of them have been pretty packed. So I do want y'all to take whatever resonates and leave the rest. But also, don't get triggered if you hear something that you don't want to hear, because the ancestors are being honest, they're being upfront, and they're not really holding back. They're letting y'all know. So yeah, just sip on it. Just sip on it, meditate on it, whatever you hear, etc. But yeah, we are going to get into y'all's pile. I think y'all have quite a bit of tarot cards that came out. So let's see exactly what y'all's ancestors of love and light are talking about. And we're going to start with y'all's tarot. So, 6 of Wands, 2 of Swords, Eight of Wands in reverse. Knight of Wands in reverse. King of Cups. Interesting. I can already sense the multiple messages. All right. So y'all have the Two of Swords upright. And what I'm getting from this Two of Swords is that there's a decision that has to be made. Pile 5, I'm hearing that y'all are feeling like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. And this decision that y'all have to make has to do with y'all's future. It has to do with y'all's success. Because we have the Six of Wands up here. The Six of Wands is a card of achievement. It's a card of success. It can even be the card of fame, right? So what I'm getting is that y'all are caught between a rock and a hard place because there's, and I'm even getting that y'all might be caught between two people. But we'll get into that. With this Eight of Wands in reverse, it talks about delay, stagnation. When the Eight of Wands is upright, you know, when it looks like this, it's all about like travel, fast moving energy, quick stuff. But when it's in reverse, it can be delay, frustration, stagnation. So what I'm getting is right now, you guys are feeling delayed. You guys are feeling frustrated, like you're not moving. And it's because you have this Two of Swords type decision to make. Because whenever you see the Two of Swords, it's a hard decision. It's a tough decision. Oftentimes it's a decision, at least the way I interpret it, as where you feel like it's a lose-lose situation, right? Not saying that it is, but that's kind of the energy that it brings sometimes. And y'all are really, the ancestors are saying that y'all are feeling delayed, y'all are feeling frustrated right now because there's a decision that y'all have not made. There's a decision that y'all are failing to make. And this decision impacts your success. Y'all want to be successful. Y'all want to achieve something. And y'all will, is what I'm being told. But you have to make the hard decision. And I'm just, before I even get into these two cards, I'm getting that y'all have to clip folks. Y'all have to cut some people off. And we have this King of Cups upright. And at first I was feeling, because the King of Cups is someone that's emotionally diplomatic, emotionally mature, usually a man who's really in touch, or someone that's male identifying, that's in touch with the feminine side. And, you know, just balanced, you know, a nurturer, but also like, you know, there's like, I'm good within myself. I know how to not let my emotions take control of me, but I do live a heart-centered life, right? And I was wondering if that was one of the people, but what I'm getting is that this King of Cups is y'all. It is y'all. Y'all are the ones that are more emotionally mature, diplomatic. I'm feeling like many of y'all might have a water moon or water rising. So Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, moon or rising in tropical or sidereal. I'm hearing that some of y'all are actually fire moons in tropical, but you're a water moon in sidereal. So just check your birth chart. It doesn't have to be that way for this to resonate. For this to be your pile, but that's just what I'm just what I'm picking up. And even maybe a Venus in Pisces, Venus in Cancer, Venus in Scorpio, whether it's in tropical or sidereal as well. That's just what I'm picking up. But anyways, moving on before I start trying to get all the astro downloads. Y'all are that King of Cups. Y'all are people who are, you're emotionally more mature, like diplomatic. You know, your Mercury might even be in a water sign or an earth sign. And, trying to make me cough. Y'all do not hop out my mouth. Sorry, y'all. Struggle with medium. But what I'm getting is that y'all embody that King of Cups type energy, and y'all are the ones who always have to be the bigger person. Y'all are the ones who always have to kind of bring people together, listen to it, and be like, okay, let me make the solution, let me make the resolution. How do we create the most harmony, the most peace, do it in the way that's going to make the most people happy, you know, etc. Like, y'all really have to, y'all are the ones that really do that often. And yeah, so I'm really feeling like this King of Cups is y'all. Now we have this Knight of Wands in reverse. Upright, you can see she a chick, she like to have fun, she like to party, but it's in reverse. And what I'm getting is that this Knight of Wands is what you guys are having to make the decision on. I feel like there's someone in y'all's life that is so freaking reckless that it's on some bullshit. They may be a Sagittarius moon, sun, or rising. They might even be a Gemini moon, sun, or rising in tropical or sidereal. That's just what I'm getting. I'm even getting low-key Aquarius vibes, but I don't feel like it's sun, moon, or rising. I feel like it might be in their Mercury or their Venus. Anyways, the Knight of Wands in reverse can be somebody who, the way I interpret it, is somebody who's really reckless, because upright is someone who's ambitious, someone who's maybe a little flirty, a little sexual, like Casanova, charmer type energy. But in reverse, it's just like, oh, you're reckless. Like, what type of shit are you really on? And what I'm getting is that for many of y'all, this is a romantic partner, because it's the Knight of Wands, who upright does talk about, a charmer, does have that sexual passion type energy. And your ancestors are letting you know that if you don't clip this person, you're not going to get to where you want to go. They're just going to drag you down. Or you're going to get to where you want to go, and it's going to blow up in your face because they're going to ruin it. They're going to ruin it. Like, let's say you do become famous. They're going to be the one who is their problematic tweets that come out. And now you're canceled because you're associated with this person. Hey, shit happens, right? But I'm also feeling for some of y'all, it might be a friend or a family member, but it's somewhere where it's like y'all kind of know that you cannot keep this person in your life any longer. Or at least the way they are now, you can't keep them unless they do some healing, some changing, and you can't force them to do that. They have to do that on their own. But you guys kind of know. And you're like, fudge, I really love this person, or I really bangs with this person, or this person's really fun and cool. But when it comes to business, when it comes to my success, my future, I can't be associated with this. I can't. And that's where that Two of Swords is coming through. And your ancestors are letting you know, clip. Okay, now this is for multiple people, so they might have some other messages when it gets to this Oracle cards. But clip. And one thing that's coming through is for some of y'all are both the Knight of Wands and the King of Cups. And what's being communicated is that y'all need to choose between the healed version, the elevated version, or the unhealed and toxic version of yourself. We talked about tweets. If you know you have those problematic tweets and you're trying to get somewhere, start scrubbing them off now. Start deleting them now. Get rid of that paper trail. And also, be prepared that if you do, let's say this is fame or some sort of notoriety, be prepared to also own up to it. Expose yourself before you get exposed. If you can't, let's be honest, let's be real. Be accountable. But for some of y'all, you're this King of Cups and this Knight of Wands. And it's like, do I dwell into this lower side of myself? Do I dwell into the dark side? Or do I go to the healed and elevated side? Maybe there's a lot of people that you're going to have to get rid of if you start to heal yourself. But it's for your success. It's for you have to do it. Whether this is financial success, career success, or just your own personal success, you have to. The Six of Wands, let's talk about recognition. So it could just be locally, but you have to do it. So if you are the King of Cups and the Knight of Wands, you must do this for yourself, sweetheart. You have to let go. And when you change things about you, you change your environment, you change your mindset, you change the people around you, meaning you let go of a lot of them. But your ancestors are saying it's time to clip. Whether this is people around you or this is your old self. But either way, people around you are going to go. Even if you're changing how you operate and how you do things. People around you are going to go. That's just it. That's just how it is. But for some of y'all, it's like literally, oh no, you are this King of Cups energy and you need to get rid of the ones who are the Knight of Wands. For others, you're both of these and you need to let go of the old self. And that's why it's so hard. Because healing ourselves, doing the shadow work, because the shadow work is, yes, looking at the parts of ourselves that we repress, but also the messed up parts of ourselves that cannot come with us. The problematic parts of ourselves. Doing that is hard. So yeah, Two of Swords. Seems like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Yes. But you have to make that decision, because if not, you're just going to continue to stay stagnant. Because that's where you're feeling right now. And you're just going to keep going through this delayed energy to get here. When you could have this Eight of Wands flipped upside right and get there quickly and smoothly. And you don't want it to get to the point where you get to the Six of Wands, but now that you're at the Six of Wands, you have the Eight of Wands energy. where now you've gotten that success, you've gotten what you wanted, but now you're stagnant because you haven't changed behaviors, or people are holding you down, or both. You know, so you really have to do this for yourself. So we're going to get into your 2 oracle cards to see what else the ancestors have to say for y'all. Okay. Interesting. So y'all got nothing has gone wrong. And you got insight. So with this nothing has gone wrong, their card, they're letting you know that this is all the way it's supposed to be. Like, you're being like, this is such a hard decision. Oh my gosh, especially for those of y'all where it's like, you have to get rid of people, even your family members. Your ancestors are letting you know that nothing's gone wrong. They're like, this is all part of God's plan. It's all happening as it should be. So don't look at it as woe is me. Yes, it's hard. It's not easy, but don't look at it as like, oh, everything's effed up. No, nothing has gone wrong. This is how it's supposed to be. And then with this insight card, whoever you are, however this resonates, you know exactly what I'm talking about with this insight card. This insight card talks about psychic insight. You know exactly. If you know that you are this King of Cups or this Knight and this Knight of Wands, you know. If you know you're just the King of Cups and it's the Knight of Wands you need to get rid of, you know. Shoot, if you know that you are the Knight of Wands and someone else is the King, I don't know how it's resonating, but you know with this, whatever this with this psychic insight card, the answer is saying, you know. Your intuition's been telling you, they've been telling you. And you also know that this is for the best, because nothing has gone wrong. You also know this is not a wrong decision. The decision to change, the decision to clip, to let it go, you know it's not a wrong decision. You feel it in your soul. Your higher self has been telling you. Your ancestors have been telling you. And you're going to get more psychic insight and more pushes until you do it. It's what I'm feeling. It's not what I'm feeling, what I'm hearing. You're going to get more pushes and more messages. If there's snakes around you, those snakes are going to continue to be revealed until they bite you. Like, literally. Until you act, until you move. Now's not the time to just shut down. It's a hard decision, but it's a necessary one. Know that's all part of the plan. You doing this is going to get you to that 6 of Wands. Maybe not necessarily immediately, but once you get to the 6 of Wands, you're going to see, oh, I realized why I had to do all this. And I'm so thankful. Thank you, God. Thank you, my ancestors. Thank you, me, for doing the hard work, for doing it. But that insight is going to be revealed. You're going to get it. Many of you are already getting it. You're already seeing it. You may think it's just, just hypothetical scenarios. No, it's your intuition. It's telling you. It's trying to put you on game. You have to listen. You got to pay attention. So, we're going to get into these oracle cards right now, and I'm going to see exactly what it is what advice your ancestors have for y'all in this situation, or if they have any extra details on anything else that they want to share at the moment. So we are tuning into the ancestors of love and light of Pile 5. All those watching Pile 5, all those tuning into Pile 5, I am tuning into the ancestors of love and light. Let me know, what are the advice? Let us know, what is the advice? What is the messages that you guys have? The final advice and messages that you guys have for Pile 5. When people of Pile 5 are, wherever they watch this throughout time. If we are connecting with their ancestors, let us know. You might let us know. Okay. All right. One of the cards dropped on the floor. Wow. Okay. This is interesting. So we have respect your physical body. Treat your body well. And awaken your inner shaman. Okay, so what I'm getting with this is, with this respect your physical body and the treat your body well, what they're saying is that the best way to deal with this situation so you can make the proper decision is you have to detox. Because this respect your physical body talks about rejuvenation, detoxing, and relaxing. You have to detox. Okay? Whether that's getting off of social media, or getting away from these people, finding time to just relax, meditate especially because this Treat Your Body Well card talks about exercise, meditation, and massages. You're gonna have to detox, meditate. Also, for some of y'all, you're gonna have to detox physically, meaning you're going to have to maybe drink green juice, blend some kale, blend some collards, put ginger, put lemon, put lime, put cayenne pepper, and then a sprinkle of honey and turmeric powder. That is just what I got. That is a very specific message. So if it resonates for you, do that. It's going to help you purge, and it's going to help you see the truth. It's going to help you access your intuition even further so that you can see the truth, see what you need to do to move forward. And then for some of y'all, what your ancestors are saying, put down the weed and put down the alcohol, put down the substances, cut that shit out. Because for some of y'all are in this Knight of Wands in reverse. This is you. Cut it out. All right? If you've heard a tood, it's because the ancestors are having a tood. Cut it out. Respect yourself. You want to be a famous person, you don't want to make it to the 27 Club or whatever the club is called. You don't want that. Cut it out. Okay? But also respect your space. So like I said, that was just for whoever that was for them. And then with this Awake Your Inner Shaman card, it talks about you need to connecting more with your team, with your ancestors, with the elementals, with your animal guides. So with this insight card, y'all are being opened up more spiritually. Your intuition has been talking to y'all. So y'all just need to connect deeper, connect further. Okay? Heal. Because this Awakening Inner Shaman card talks about healing as well. If you are both the King of Cups and the Knight of Wands, heal, baby, heal. Allow the healing energy to heal you. Heal you. This Awaken Your Inner Shaman also talks about plant medicines and stuff. So yes, some of y'all really need that physical detox. Rewind and listen to the ingredients that I gave y'all. And drink that concoction. Drink that potion. Drink it. Okay? But y'all, the advice for y'all is y'all really need to start exercising. Start treating your body well. Meditating. Clearing your space. If you need a massage, if you need to go to a spa or a sauna, do that. But really, really treat your body well so that your spirit has great, so you have better access to your spirit so that your spirit can move through you. Okay? And really connect deeper. Because this has really been taking a toll on you, this decision, or these environments, or these behaviors that y'all have been doing has really been taking a toll on y'all. And it's harming y'all on the physical and the spiritual. But they're saying focus on the physical so that you can do better in the spiritual right now. And then y'all's back of the deck energy. Wow, okay. Connect with animals. So like I said in this Awaken Inner Shaman, I said that some of y'all need to connect with your animal guides. So yes, connect with animals. Connect with your animal guides. Your animal totems are here trying to speak to y'all as well. Connect with animals. Even if you have a therapy animal, or if you need to get a therapy animal, get you a therapy animal, boo. Do that. Do it. Go outside. Talk to some animals. Be kinder to animals, right? The Connect with Animals card also talks about healing and past pets, you know. So for some of y'all, maybe a pet passed away and stuff, and they're just wishing you love. But this animal card also talks about healing. So again, we have healing. You need to heal. For a lot of y'all, y'all are both the King of Cups and the Knight of Wands. Y'all gotta heal, and connecting with the animals might help y'all heal. Your ancestors are just trying to give y'all ways to do this. So pick what resonates with y'all. Pick what resonates with y'all and do that. But this decision has to be made. It's a turning point. It has to be made. How badly do you want this? This Six of Wands. How badly do you want it? Really, that's what they're asking you. You make the decisions. You have your free will. How badly do you want it? Do it or don't. And it's simple like that. Do it or don't. And that's all they're saying. That's all they're saying. So yeah, Pile 5. Comment down below how it resonated with you. Like I said, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just the messenger, okay? Go talk to your ancestors. Fight your ancestors, not me. Because I'm not having it. But I'm sending y'all love. Your ancestors love y'all too. It's just a little bit of tough love. They're sending y'all love as well. And yeah, if you haven't already, make sure you like, subscribe, and click those post bell notifications down below. And yeah, I will see you guys in a future video, whether it is a tarot pick a card video or one of my other videos that I do here on my YouTube channel. I would love for y'all to explore all that I have to offer on this channel. And I just thank y'all for sharing this divine space with me. And I'm sending y'all love and light and peace. And so are your ancestors. And yeah, that's all I have for y'all today, Pal 5. Bye.